opposition, the youth are the defenders of democracy, and they have said that we will stand by same to make sure that purported implementation is not carried out. That is just their position. I think it's not an insult to Tinubu. And I want to say that in the former governor's statement, if you remember, the former governor told us that how can Tinubu say he will continue from where Buhari stopped. But today, the former governor is part of that continuation process. He is a minister under Tinubu. So what is he telling us? He has told us that he cannot belong to cancer, that he already had malaria. He can't be part of cancer. Today, he's part of that cancer. He told us that he can never be minister for a second time. Today, he's a minister for a second time. He told us that he's not seeking for vice presidential position. But Dino Melaye told Nigerians that for 1 hour, the former governor called him 19 missed calls, gave him a 19 to lobby the article for him to be vice president. What is he telling us? Thank you. God bless you.
All right, let's get on to Ida. Ida is calling from Nkoro. Good morning, Ida.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning.
Yeah, welcome.
To you.
Yeah,
I agree with the former governor. Or the present governor should not go to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The former governor will write that script to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. As I say, every year is not good. And that signing, the signing that the present governor signed is the agreement with him and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So Rivers youth within called Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We are praising him for that peace that he called everybody. Rivers youth love Bola Ahmed Tinubu. What we want to in Rivers State is peace and love and caring for everybody. We want to commend the present governor. He's working very well in Rivers State. Look at what he did for civil servant. Everybody is happy with him. Thank you very much. God bless. I remain on from good morning.
Lugard in Echie, good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, greetings from Echie to you.
Welcome. Go ahead.
Happy Xmas to you and the management and staff of Nigeria Info.
Go on. Good morning.
Also wish my supporters all over the state and the country happy Christmas celebration. Andrew, on the issue of Echie local government chairman wishing Echie people happy Christmas, for me it's a good one. But the best Christmas gift that you give to Echie people is to complete the ongoing project you flagged off in Echie. And also complete the health center in my community, Apok Echie, that are begging for completion. That is only gift, the best gift that you can give to Echie and Apok people and Lugaman, that I will be happy. Finally, brother Andrew, former governor E.M. Wike, 14 Rivers people who said that the resolution reached with Mr. President is not a good one for us. Why must former governor fought that? See, you remember we have never called Mr. President to intervene. What we said, Mr. President, please caution the FCT minister on the way he is going in the politics of Rivers State. So the intervention of Mr. President is detriment to Rivers State and favored former governor E.M. Wike. How can Governor Wike tell us that you cannot intervene without knowing what happened? And we have been asking every now and then that what is the offense of Siminalayi Fubara? And even Siminalayi Fubara himself have asked question too, that what is my offense? And up to today, no one told us the offense of Siminalayi Fubara. And you say we should not support it, and you say we should not criticize it.
Thank you very much.
No, now, we're not in a banana republic.
Thank you very much, Lugard. Your point has been made. We'll take a commercial now. When we return, we continue with some more headlines from the news and your reaction. Stay tuned.
Stay with us. Nigeria Info. We'll be back. Nigeria Info.
All right, still the newspaper review segment on the Morning Crossfire. Good morning. My name is Ifeemi Andrew. Let's get back into it. Just 29 minutes before 7 o'clock. And the numbers to call are 0817-923-0007. I take that again, 0817-923-0007. You can also call 0817-923-0003. On any of those lines, and you get access to us in the studio. Remember, on Facebook, it's Nigeria Info, 92.3 PH. Our WhatsApp number is 0809-030-6416. You can also join the conversation on X at Nigeria Info PH. On WhatsApp, this one says, scarcity of the Naira note, what is really happening in this country? Suffering masses like this, and they continue apologizing every single day. Yesterday, I bought 10K with 800 Naira with a beg. Nigeria Info, former governor said if given order, he will implement in less than a day. Then will this man not be truthful to himself and leave us alone? The former governor cannot be my leader, Fato Ken Yabari. I don't think he said he's your leader. It's Christmas, so... The FCT Minister of all people should be aware that wading into a matter that is presently before a law court is considered prejudice. But the youths of the state really appreciate Mr. President for resolving the political crisis, notwithstanding the fact that Governor Siminalayi Fubara and River citizens are yet to know the reason for the failed impeachment attempt. Gibson Okojaja sent that message. Another one here says, top of the morning, all the conditions listed favored the former governor and Tony Okocha. Imagine the immediate past commissioners for work celebrating his marriage anniversary without inviting the governor. And someone is telling me that the governor should reappoint the commissioner for work. I talked about this. This is from Ability. I talked about this and I said, it's the questions people ask, the question people are asking, and I'm trying to put it in perspective is, if the governor sacked them, then it's easier for the governor to say, come back. Okay, let's say I work at Nigeria Info. If Nigeria Info sacks me now, and then they can decide to call me back. And if I want to come back, I will come back. If I resign from Nigeria Info cannot call me back. If I want to come back to Nigeria Info, I would have to reapply. And I'm sure that the agreement carried all of that. So the major question should be, have the commissioners gone back to, so that the assembly will now look at them and then the governor will not approve them as commissioners again? I think we should also look at it from that perspective, because I would have to reapply. Nigeria Info would now sit down and look and say, okay, if I fit the job and they want me back, then okay, all right. I don't know if that makes sense. Let's take a few headlines from The Punch. Union Bank acquisition funded with Afrexim loan. Others, TGI. Oil revenue crashes by 289.6 billion naira. Output falls. You'd also see CBN investigators report false misleading Emefiele. And this one is quite interesting. 187 billion naira fraud. EFCC arrests humanitarian ministry contractor, probes 4 Buhari ministers. All of those you would find in the Punch newspaper. And I will assess Tinubu's government after 1 year. Soyinka. Okay. We'll have to wait after 1 year. Assessment begins for Soyinka. Get all of the details to that on the Punch newspaper. More messages on Facebook. I don't take whatever the former governor says seriously. He should tell us the problem in Rivers State, since he knows, because Governor Sim has asked us to tell him what he did to warrant an impeachment. If the former governor loves peace so much, what is stopping him from making peace with former Transportation Minister Chibike Amechi for the sake of the state? Rahim sent that message. This one says, solidarity work is not an insult to Tinubu, National Youth President of the state. Whether Tinubu sees it as an insult or not, we don't care. What matters now is standing behind our governor and resisting the political wolves from intimidating and running an autopilot administration. Let's go to the phone lines quickly and take your calls. 0817-923-0007, 0817-923-0003. Either of those numbers gives you access to us in the studio. So we take your calls. Remember, on Facebook, it is still Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Onwanyanwu Obioma Noble on Facebook says, I want to thank the chairman of my local government area, Obina Anyanwu, and Governor Sim for putting a smile on the faces of civil servants in Echie and Rivers State. Ogu Ojone Justice says, former governor talks as if wisdom resides only in one person. I stand with Governor Fubara for better Rivers State. Sunday Aswa on Facebook says, former governor faults Rivers elders over a resolution. Who would agree to such a resolution? Can the former governor, as a sitting governor, abide with such conditions? No one can bully the governor that was elected by the people. Rivers people will stand against tyranny. That's also another message from Facebook. Keep the messages coming in. I would also go to X in a matter of moment and take some of your messages there. But first, let's hear from Uche in Echie. Uche Ken, good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning, sir.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
Yes. Merry Christmas and prosperous New Year in advance.
Thank you. Wish you the same.
Yes. Let me look at FCT Minister E.N. Wike faulted critics of Mr. President's intervention. I want to cite two things he said that people are not even looking at. On his speech, he said, River people have been calling on Mr. President to intervene, not even him. And secondly, he said, him and Sasim, being the governor, we are invited privately. They were invited privately, and they both agreed. We should please look at these very areas. And when they agreed, Mr. President then made it open. And River people were all invited, those that were invited. And the resolution were read. And the fourth signatory there was Mr. Governor, followed by his deputy. Now, the area I want to look at is this. We elected the governor of Rivers State. And we did not elect him to go to meeting and be afraid. We elected him to represent the voice of Rivers people. Now he went for a resolution privately. And he agreed privately. And he came out openly and signed. And he still came back here and refused to implement. Who did you think that is causing the crisis in Rivers State? People are not looking at all these areas. Are we not learned? I may not be a lawyer, but that doesn't make me ignorant of the law. You have accepted secretly and openly. What stops you from implementing it? The area of going through the back door to ask people to protest in the name of solidarity movement, I condemn it, sir. And finally, Chidoki Homo, your statement this morning, I want to tell you, you don't have to believe you are doing well and you are confused. What you credited here this morning is a conflicting statement. If you have not supported or insulted Mr. President, and you will implement the resolution with the governor, please, whenever you are addressing us, calm down and stop. At the end of the day, you will be confused. Setting problem up and down because of caretaker. I don't like it, I take a bow.
All right, Uche, again, thank you very much. But I also would quickly just say that we watch our expressions so it doesn't in any way come off as abusing to anyone. And secondly, to also put into perspective, there's nowhere the youth said that anybody sponsored them to protest. We also have to make that very clear so we do not send the wrong idea. Whether in the politics, whatever it is, we don't have the information about that, no verifications about that, and nobody has said that they were sponsored to protest. So, and some people ask, we also have not, we've not heard the governor said he signed an agreement. Has he? Because I've always said we need to hear from the state government to say we went to Abuja this and we signed this. Because if you also remember, there's been a lot of conversations around whether the governor signed or not. Some say he signed, some say he didn't sign. The former governor has said he signed, and many others have said he signed. But then I'm saying, even the Commissioner for Information, when I listened to him on television and he was asked directly, did the governor sign? He did not say yes, he did not say no. He basically said, we have passed that now, peace has been restored, the resolution has been reached, and all of that. but it did not say, yes, the governor signed. I think if we have that come from the government, it would quell a lot of this. But the youths who are protesting have given their reason why they are protesting, and they did not say they were sponsored. So let's make that clear. JJ, good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning.
Welcome.
Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas, JJ. Go ahead.
Yes. The FCT minister said he didn't invite the president. Andrew, people ask a question. The wish gather at night and the child die in the morning. Who do you think is responsible for that child's death? On a certain day, the former governor came and said he's open to peace. I don't know if you follow up. And by the next day, we learned that there's a peace meeting in Abuja. And after the peace meeting, he said he signed agreement. David Briggs also came up to tell us what transpired, how a transcript was brought, given to Peter Odili to read to the people, and the president keep interjecting from time to time to explain the implication of not signing. And you're telling me that you're not the one that called for the peace meeting. Andrew put one or two together now. And somebody saying that the implementation of the presidential intervention may lead to serious crisis in the assembly in future. Now, we are asking questions. These 20, how many lawmakers, because they keep rising and falling, is it 27, 25? Which party are they right now, knowing too well that Section 109 says that if you defect, you automatically lose your seat because the party that sponsored you to the assembly with hold back is a ticket. Now, where are they? That was not captured. So, which is the way forward for the assembly? It's a constitutional matter. And given...
all right, JJ, point made.
Conclusively, on hindered financial autonomy to the state too, it's a constitutional matter. So we need to go look into that. And
all right, let's go over to Wamade in Elele. Wamad, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. Quickly, make your point.
Yes, I want to talk about TJ congratulating to himself on doing well. Sometime last week, I was called by a friend to help organize some youths, and they will be paid to go for protest. And it was very funny because I saw it as part of what Chidoke is doing as the national youth leader in River State here. On my own opinion, I would have suggested that they allow the state of life. Since peace has been restored to the state, let everybody be calm. This issue of the solidarity protest, calling youth, paying them, the youth have more better things to do than to be called for protest and paid for. Are we encouraging them for better things, or we are encouraging them for the state to be paid just to cause problems here and there, spoiling the peace that has been made? Then finally, the issue of field impeachment. I know that the impeachment was taken on before they withdrew. It is not a field impeachment because it has been on all till the time that peace was restored and they withdrew from the impeachment. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Origi is in Ogbogun. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Semi Andrew. How are you?
Welcome.
Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
Let us discuss about Edwin Clark, who I know very well as an elder statesman. Let him act as that. Why is he trying to insinuate problem? I always discover that when the junior ones are making problem, the elders are there to reconcile them. But I remember that he never one day make statements since the problem of the former governor and the present governor of River State. What is his really interest seeing the two persons making problem in River State? Let him act as an elder. I always know him as somebody criticizing a very good gesture in Nigeria. He's not doing as an elder. It's unfortunate. Please, this is Christmas. Let us think forward about the new coming year. Let there be no problem. In a problem or any state that has problem has no good development. And I'm only happy that the present governor is a well-thinking person. All they are saying by the side is not his problem. The problem is how Nigeria and the state will go forward. Thank you.
All right, Origi, thank you. Barry Gadom from Gokana, good morning.
Yeah, Barry D. Gadom, not Barry Gadom.
All right, Barry D. Gadom, go ahead.
Yeah, compliment of this one.
Yep, compliments to
Let
you
me
too.
react to the 20,000 paid to Echewo and by the local government chairman. I think as a welcome development, and all the local government chairman should emulate what the Eche local government chairman has done. Especially the chairman of Gokana Confidence Deco, where I am from. He should do the needful to the workers. Concerning, lastly, Shoyinka said after 1 year, that's when he's going to judge the tenure of President Tinubu. I think judging Tinubu with these few months that he has spent in office is too harsh on the president. We should give him time. Maybe after 1 year or 2 years, that's when we come back and all judge him that maybe he has paid or not. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Barry D. Gadom. On X, Justice Ori on X says, greetings from Omudioga, Merry Christmas. Solidarity work by Rivers, you shouldn't be misunderstood. It is not an insult to anybody. The youths are with the governor. At Monday, Emelka on X also says, it's so unfortunate that amidst the insecurities and warnings from security agencies against the use of firecrackers, some parents are encouraging their wards to still use fireworks, which criminals can use to perpetrate crime undetected. Those are some of the messages on X. It is Nigeria Info PH on X, formerly Twitter. So you could do there and drop your comments. I'll be taking as much as I can. Cookie Gam from Rumo Lumeni, good morning.
Andrew, good morning. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you, Cookie Gam.
Andrew, government can say I keep us a part of an agreement. Andrew, if government can keep us agreement, so we have to govern River State now. And the little governor, former government statement this morning, I listened to him this morning, Zambite. It means that we're having to govern River State. Andrew, my brother, communication has ruled River State for 8 years. I never want to obey Buhari's decision one day. I don't know how many times the communication said Mohamed Buhari as a governor. Why then want to coerce this young governor River State had today, not to coerce him to do his bidding? Andrew, what they want to do, that's a day of reckoning, a day of judgment. Government cannot become emperor in River State. I want to damage what happened in River State. Or have great governors sit all the way, look for that judge, govern River State and govern River State well and finish. Government is not the only government that govern River State. Please, government, allow this government to rule River State. I do not vote for him, I'm an APC member. Who voted for him? Please allow him to rule River State. And let his own son has River State. He has ruled River State and River State alone. Please, government, I'm begging you, leave this government alone. Allow him to work for River State and River State. This government have the intention to deliver River State. Every look and crony on River State. Look at what happened. They have given River State 400,000. First promotion. They read Clabber Ring Road. They have want to flag off again. The Ring Road has the commission Ring Road again. What do you want to do again? They want to come and pass before your office every morning as a governor. If he's governor of River State, in the part of River State, please leave this government to work for River State.
Right. Good morning. Thank you, Cookie Gam. It's not Governor Wike, it's former Governor Wike or FCT Minister. Thank you. We'll take one more from Good News in Mile 3. Good News, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my brother, man.
Guys, straight to the point, please.
Yes. I think this solar panel is becoming it's too much. And I think that it has come, the way it is done is because it is coming from Mr. President. Where the peace ought to come from. And the peace that is supposed to come ought to come from the constitution that is guarding both the president and the governor. That's like what the president did in one of these states. After calling the first meeting, he spoke like a king. It did not work. He not called him and spoke like a president that is guarded by the constitution. And there are total peace in that state today that the deputy governor taking over. And he called and spoke like a king. It cannot work because Nigeria is not practicing a monarchy state of government. He should come and speak as a president, not governor signs 2 law budget at a time. Remember, before this time, former Governor Wike Governor Wike used 5 persons to impeach more than Ghana Makri. 5 persons. What was their mind? If not that there was 5 that stood in the assembly. It nearly worked so that 5 persons could have got all the buildings of the National Assembly, of the Executive Assembly. And today it is backfiring. Let them say, for God is not much. For whatever a master is, that shall he reap. Today, you want the governor to implement.
All right, good news. Point made. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good news. We have to move on now. Let's see, as we attempt to wrap up, this one here on WhatsApp says, Morning, Andrew. I'm using this medium to plead with the local government chairman of the state to follow the path of the governor by putting smiles on workers this season. Kel in Port Harcourt, quickly, you sent that message, and Rivers people will not allow the minister continue his third-term bid or the agenda of any ethnic group. Victoria David sent that message in as well. On Facebook, I'll see if I could take 1 or 2 more before we go. Dagogo says, I wonder how the resolution about recalling commissioners who voluntarily resigned. On Sunday, one of those who recall celebrated wedding anniversary. He invited FCT minister, did not invite the governor. Anunobi says, FCT minister faults critics of president intervention in Rivers. Someone should remind the minister that Christmas and peace is needed for our mental health. Anunobi Casey, thank you very much. And that's how we draw the curtain here on the newspaper review segment of the Morning Crossfire. We'll take a very short commercial. Do stay with us.
You are tuned in to 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Announcement. I, Honorable